Today's episode of the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show comes courtesy of Crunchyroll Funimation. Watch My Clueless First Friend in sub or dub along with us for maximum enjoyment. A subscription to Crunchyroll may be required for legal streaming. Also, check out Kyle Jean's piano cover of My Clueless First Friend's ending, Kokorone. Links to everything in the description below. Now, on to the show! Hello everyone and welcome back to the Saturday Sunday Hit Anime Show. I'm your anime host, Older Bro.
I'm your excited anime host, Younger Bro!
And today, we continue
With the finale of My Clueless Friend!
Yep. Uh-oh. Yes.
Is this love that I'm feeling? Is this the love that I've been searching for?
It's
Yeah!
definitely love.
Huh?
Maybe don't put hardcore near these elementary school students. He just fell asleep. I so thought he was gonna be like,
I
"Oh, that's
wish
what
I
I
could
feel about
nod
her."
off standing up, but that'd probably be a bad thing.
You said that one out loud, girl.
Is this love that
This
I'm
one I think
feeling?
also has an end credit
It has
scene.
an end credit scene too.
So it's gonna be a long episode for this episode as well.
But yeah, so for context, I've seen a lot of love in a lot of different shows. And honestly, this kind of thing that I'm watching is what I wanted a lot of other shows to do.
Yeah.
Like, Phineas and Ferb didn't have Phineas get with Isabella until the very end.
Yeah.
And they flashed forward like 20 years later. So I felt so bad for Isabella because she went over to Phineas's house every fucking day until she gave up.
Yep. To be fair, though.
And when she gave up, that's when Phineas got his thing for her.
Yeah. To be fair to shows like Phineas and Ferb, though.
That one was just a good show, though.
Well, yeah, but it's also not designed to be
No, it was
show.
supposed to be wacky.
Yeah.
So, honestly, they didn't do that show bad. I just felt bad for Isabella because how many years was it between, like, her giving up and them going to college? Like, you just feel so bad.
Yeah.
And Adventure Time, they fucked Finn over so bad.
Yeah.
That one I hated.
This is why, just don't, if you're not a romance show, don't worry about romance.
And not Adventure Time, regular show, that was bad too. They just had
I must work up my
a
courage.
new girl that we had no connections with at all. You're facing death.
Uh-oh. He has a serious look on his face. Going back in time a bit.
Kirby? Is that the GameCube? Nice. They even have their own symbol. How'd you get that? How'd you get your merch? Why, you partnered with Wish?
You can just make stuff. If you really want to get into crafts, go get a red banner and just sew on any symbol you want.
I suppose.
Wait, why is Ohige also Pepsi?
Oh, their club's going away and they need a fourth member.
What?
Oh no. He's going to go up against... Oh no. They know math? And dumpster diving. Oh no.
Put it in the wrong locker.
Oh.
I refuse to associate with this person despite personally feeling like this person.
It's in his.
It's in Nishimura's locker.
It's in her. Oh, it's worse! But we like you.
And also, it'd blow up in our class, and then
Okay,
that's
so Nishimura is not part of the lizards. That's what
No,
my worry was.
10 minutes until expected detonation time. How are you going to get her away from her own locker?
I bet she must have found it because she must have accessed her locker.
Expelled. Don't look over here! Why are you saying that out loud? Oh no, the yeller. Five minutes? That took 5 minutes!
It's the red wire or the blue wire? It's probably a good thing.
Shh.
He's playing them. Knew it.
You fail safe.
No.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's fucked.
Perfect. The culprits are running this way.
That's why. Throw it! Throw it now!
Oh.
I need a shower.
Yeah. Have other interests outside of me. He is literally suggesting a gang war.
The future.
Ah,
Oh, I see.
gotcha. Title makes sense now.
Oh, I like that.
Marine biology.
Damn,
Hot-
girl,
yeah,
you
hot
can
girl.
draw. Hire her for Two Bros Game Night. Yes, the tank top.
Yeah, that's the only one thing.
That pencil box looks too flat. It looks like a phone background. Damn, girl. You're gonna be goth when you're older, aren't you? Oh!
Oh no! Oh, teacher. I'm gonna need a bucket of water. The ghosts. The ghosts.
Hey, what? Again.
Teacher, I'm gonna need to jump in the swimming pool now.
He just made it happen.
What the?
Great. So? Oh.
Oh no, he's accidentally. This time I'm not nervous. Or I'm still nervous, but, like.
Oh. You're gonna kill her. She will die by kindness.
Yeah, love is the strongest curse.
No, you caught him at the best time.
Am I being a bother? Girl.
Yeah, I have that a lot. A lot. Oh, kitty.
I've been left on red, oh no! I like how they had to add in a literal faceless background character because the main girl.
She's playing GameCube. You want to play some more Castlevania? Fuck yeah. Is she playing Mario? That looks like Mario.
It could be Melee. It could be like one of the Melee stages.
Oh, kitty! Oh!
Oh no! Oh no!
Yeah, that's totally GameCube.
That is definitely GameCube.
You didn't pause.
What is wrong with you, sis? That's Excel.
No, I think that's Sheets.
Yeah. No, that's very clearly Excel. Like that's
Oh, that's green. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're
that's
right. You're right. I saw the green
OG
borders. Yeah.
Microsoft
Yeah.
Excel.
He's so happy. Hug. Get control of your boyfriend.
What?
I want you to send me pictures of Kitty.
What?
He's telling
even
a guy
know you?
above his grade.
Yeah.
That's it?
Do I even know who you are?
That's how it ends?
Oh, there's stuff after the credits. Around like
I know there is, but...
Yeah. Look,
It ended a
you
little early.
demanded that it not be a finale ending where it could continue, and then you get that and you're complaining. What do you want?
I was expecting it to actually jump forward, but no, they actually did the thing, because that's a usual question that they ask in school. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yeah.
I didn't get that until I saw what they were doing. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I understand now. Okay, good turn of phrase. That makes sense.
That's good.
By the way,
Um,
I just want to say this, because I saw something that pissed me off today. I saw somebody, so, I was watching a video and it had in the title, like, this was a chess video. And they were like, the title of the video was, Highest Ever Challenger 2300 rated. And somebody in the video was pissed off, saying, oh, well, see, he just puts the highest rated person in the video for clickbait. And it's like, but that's not what clickbait is! Clickbait means that the thing you say in the title isn't in the video! like, it's like this. If they didn't actually mention future at all, nothing about the future, then it'd be clickbait. But this is just not the interpretation you thought.
he's gonna kiss her in front of her dad. That would be insane. Hug! Yes! It took 13 episodes to get to that already?
Yeah. No, he knows what he says.
As long as she's happy, I'm happy. Aww. Yes! Perfect ending! Loved it! Better than most of the endings I've seen in a while. Fuck!
Younger bro needs to breathe, god damn.
Oh, dude.
Oh, boy. Okay, everyone, and with that, we move on to the ever-present review section of the video, where we talk about the show. So, younger bro, what is your opinions on this show? Now, can you please keep your opinions on the show down to a reasonable decibel level?
I can try. Okay, so, this show. Going into it, I've seen some of the clips before, not all of them, so I've seen maybe not even half of the show. I thought the show was all clips, and they were going to be short. No, they didn't do that.
No.
Some of the clips contribute to
The whole episode.
a full plot.
Yeah.
Like, fuck. Even the after credit shit.
Yeah, they definitely
And that rarely happens.
Yeah, they definitely had some moments during certain episodes where it was divided up into, like, 3 chunks. And that is a pretty standard thing for shows, to have, like, 2 or 3 chunks.
Yeah.
So half is one, half's one, or a third. But No, there were definitely full
What?
episodes that were one plot.
Nothing could compare me for how I would react to this show and how excited I would be to watch the end and to want another season. Like, oh my god, this show. Like, it's obvious. Like, I don't know how to best praise this show. Like, it is such. I think we have found a perfect show. You cannot get. This show does not deserve any lower rating than 10. It is a perfect 10. If it could score higher, it would be 100. It would be 1,000. Like, this thing. Like, this is probably the best anime I've watched on the channel so far. It beats Satan Academy to me. And Satan Academy I rated as a 10. And I want more Satan Academy, so I'm keeping it as a 10, so I can't rate that lower. But I really, really want more of this show. This is such a perfect show. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, I like the end song more than I like the intro. Like, the intro maybe could be reworked a little. Maybe the outro a little bit. But even that's minor. That's maybe a minor problem. Otherwise, it makes up for it by being one of the most excellent shows I've ever watched. It is so fucking good. Like, I don't know how to best... Like, if I could say drop everything and go watch the show right now, I would drop everything and watch it again. I would stop working on editing. I would stop working on recording the next mobile series. I would stop playing video games for the channel to watch this series again. That's how good it is. This is the best shit anime we have done to me. Like, I think it's better than any of the other shows we've watched. Like, and that's me. Like, to me, this is the best slice of a life show you can get. And we're not even at, like, high school for these kids yet, for when they're officially dating. And I kind of want that to be the next season, where it's a couple grades more, and they explore teens, and then they explore adulthood, and I want them to want the show to end with them getting married, and maybe if you want to go more, have a family.
Yeah.
I would love to see that.
I'll say this. I really wish that there were more shows that did that kind of thing. There is a lack of shows that actually show being a couple and being
And
together.
this show does this more than any of the other shows we watched.
Yeah.
Except maybe Tony Kawa.
I was gonna say, Tony Kawa does a lot of being
Tony
a couple.
Kawa did what we wanted first.
They are actually married.
But this is like a relationship progressing kind of thing. Like, this is great.
Yeah. This is one of those few shows where the characters don't, like, kiss.
But they come so close, though.
But that's because they are elementary school students. And it's like, okay, maybe you should take it a little bit slower. That's
why I would like them.
That's a normal thing for the show. Most shows are, you're high schoolers or you're adults and you're still doing the same thing. And it's like, no, just get on with it. Do you like the girl? Okay, let's go.
That's why I would like season 2 for them to be at least in their teenage years.
Yeah.
See some progression.
Yep.
And maybe we get the kiss.
Yeah.
That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, it's a perfect show. You can't get better. Like, the only other show I can think of on our list that could have words with this one would maybe be Spy X Family for best slice of life. And that one's slice of life action.
Yeah. And also, we haven't technically watched that for this show. We watched that for the movie.
That was a hot take.
Yeah.
But we're watching the shit anime because we watched the hot take.
Yeah, it is one of the few things where we are watching the show for the Saturday Sunday hit anime.
Spy X Family is like one of my top 5 favorite anime movies of all time now. Like, it was that good. Go watch it. You can watch it on Crunchyroll now, guys. Go watch it right now.
Watch it on Crunchyroll.
I haven't done that yet, and I'm going to. Like, after I watch the New Mutants, which is what I'm on right now, I'm going to watch Spy X Family.
Yeah.
Code White. Not the anime. That way, I save my reactions for the show.
I'm gonna have to put the movie on this list when we watch the anime, because we rate the movies on here. So I'm gonna have to put the movie. We're not rewatching the movie.
We're
guys,
not
for the
we
channel.
we've watched it.
Yeah,
we already have our answer for that.
We have rated that.
Yeah.
Again, we literally said that it is such a perfect show that you should immediately stop what you're doing and stop watching the show, go to the theaters, watch the show, and then come back and continue watching our episode. We cannot higher rate that movie more than that.
Just we might still watch the movie again just to remind us.
You literally need to stop watching our episode to go watch that movie and then come back.
Like, what we're probably going to do is we're going to watch season 1 and then watch the movie again.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if we'll watch it for the channel, but we might watch it immediately after just because. But yeah, it's like...
So, yeah, I cannot praise the show anymore. This is another show you should absolutely drop everything to go watch. In fact, buy all the manga to support this show. In fact, I'm going to do that when I get room and I
have the space.
Yeah. Like My Clueless Friend and Spy X Family, I'm going to own all the manga for.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fucking love this show. Can't wait for season 2. If a season 2 is not planned, they better fucking plan it now. It is that good. Anyone who says this is a bad show if it's a trash anime, you are lying to yourself and to your audience. This is one of the best anime I have ever seen. Love it. Like, if I could choose any other anime to watch besides Dragon Ball, it would be this anime. That's how good it is. I would fucking watch this again. Go watch it. I think I said I can't.
Okay, good. I was like, I'm gonna wait for younger bro to calm down a bit and stop having words.
I can't praise it more.
Yeah. So, okay. So, I've watched a lot of anime. I've watched more anime than younger bro. This is not a surprise. This is not a secret. This is
factual, and I've said so.
Yeah. So, I'll say this. I'm looking over just the shows that we watch for the channel. There are a handful of shows that I've rated 10 out of 10, and there are only a handful of those that are perfect shows that there is absolutely nothing wrong with. That you should there are a lot of shows that I think are good that you shouldn't just drop everything to go watch. There are a lot of shows on here they're good shows and they're underrated. Like, I can look at Toradora, a show that I think is excellent. It is a great romance show. It is a great teenage romance show. It's not underrated. It is very rated. It is very well rated. People do really love that show, and they say all the time how, this is one of the best romances of all time. It is very famous for how good of a romance it is.
Yeah, and I agree to that.
I don't think I've heard anyone talk about this show.
No.
Not a single time.
I've only seen clips.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at Mother's Basement's videos for when the show came out, because I don't even think I saw it on his channel. And he watches literally everything. Nothing. So, I want to be clear that this show is honestly too sweet. It is.
It's so precious.
I think that Toradora is a great romance. It's not this sweet. Bofuri, I think, is a great show. It's not this sweet. Tonikawa is the perfect romance show ever written. It's not this sweet.
No!
It is. This show is so syrupy sweet that I feel like I am literally drowning in honey. It is going at 7,000%.
That's what I love about it.
It's
so precious.
Now, I want to be clear. It is not as fast-paced as Tonikawa.
No.
Tonikawa is very much we're starting with marriage, and then we're going to progress through all the other stuff.
Yeah.
It went fast.
It started with the friendship with this one.
This show is probably about at the same speed as Toradora, though. It is a moderately fast-paced romance But it's also, they're elementary school kids. If they take a little bit longer, that's fine.
That's fine.
I want to make very clear that this show is very good. I am struggling to say that I think it is the best show we've ever watched. But here's the problem. We talked about this recently, and I can't remember when. But one of the problems with saying something's a 10 out of 10 is, 10 out of 10 is like the special grade in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
There's a trillion things that are a 10 out of 10 show, but there's a whole gradient in there that we have no knowledge of, that we cannot even begin to parse. Such as, like, looking at something like Dragon Ball OG and saying, well, that's a 10 out of 10. And then looking at another show that's an action show that's came out years later and saying that's a 10 out of 10. I couldn't tell you which of those is better. I can tell you which one of those is influential. And I've said many times that I think that Tonikawa should be one of the most influential romance shows of all time. Toradora should be one of the most influential romance shows of all time. And it is. Tonikawa stepped up and said...
And gave us the damn romance.
Yeah, Tonikawa stepped up and said, hey, I know you all like Toradora. I'm going to do better than Toradora. I am going to put down the gauntlet. I am going to go the distance. I am going to do better. I'm going to set the new standard for romance. My Clueless First Friend is a show that heard about a change in what makes a good romance and decided, okay, we need to update our standards and then write that show. This is that show.
And they did.
This is one of the shows that took a look at Tonikawa and said, we need to write a romance that good.
Yeah, if this is not one of the best anime of all time, it is definitely, to me, the best slice of life anime you could possibly get.
I struggle to even say that because there are a lot of good slice of life shows that we've watched. Like, let me pull up my full list for a second. Yeah.
Like, to me, this is my number one.
Yeah, okay. Cause for example, okay. Let me start this over. Okay. Cause, for example, we watch Tonikawa. Tonikawa is a slice of life.
Yep, and
that is an excellent slice of life. And I don't know that I can say that that's worse or better than this show. I look at Haruhi Suzumiya, which is also a slice of life. And if you take out the Endless 8 section, that is a perfect show. It is excellent.
But to me, this is a true slice of life. It has no,
it's not supernatural.
No,
it has romance elements.
It is a true slice of life, and that is the anime I have been looking for, and I have found it with this anime.
Yeah,
that's why I think it's that good.
Yeah. I do want to be clear, there are slice of life that are only slice of life. They are not romance. They are not action. They are not anything else. They are just slice of life. And sometimes they're comedy, but generally, like, you can even find ones that aren't comedies.
Yeah, I consider Dragon Maid a slice of life, almost.
Yeah, Dragon Maid's definitely a slice of life kind of show. Also a slice of life romance. And this show has that energy, but again, this show has, like,
It's sweet.
Here's why I'm so concerned about a second season of this show. This show has basically taken everything and put it in, and I'm very afraid that if they tried to make a second season of the show, they could not possibly follow it up. It is so good that I worry any sequel would immediately make the show worse. Just by the sheer fact they could not possibly do as well as this season. Similar to the Haruhi problem, where it's the first season was so perfect, and the second season was flawed. And it's like, it was good, but flawed. And it's like, I don't know that even a good season follow-up would be good enough for this show. And I want to be clear, because I said in the last show, sorry, I guess it is the last show for you. It's not the last show for us. But I said in student council discretion, I do not enjoy when shows reference other shows unnecessarily.
Like, heavily like they did.
I think you have to earn a reference. You have to earn being compared to other shows. When I say that the desk scene in this show reminds me of Haruhi Suzumiya, I am saying that because this show has earned to be on the same page as Haruhi Suzumiya.
Yes.
This show earns that scene. And I don't even know if they did that on purpose. I'm not sure that that was intentionally drawn with her having the same hairband and having similar hair color and just...
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
I don't know that they purposely did that, but if they did purposely do that, they fucking earned that scene. They can get away with that because they are so good that putting them in the same book as Haruhi is justified. This show is that good. There is no question that it's a 10 out of 10.
If we could rate it higher, we fucking would.
But yeah, it's I don't want to get to the point where we start having to try to rate things above 10 out of 10 because that is too scary of a prospect.
So should we add a tier where it's like perfect 10?
I don't think we need to do that. I think that us
because we have high
10,
9s, low 9s,
which I have actually fixed now, guys, on our list. I have now rated them as I put them in as an actual number, so that they'll actually rate the things correctly. But yeah, there are. I'm trying to think of because Toradora is a great show. I don't know that I would say that is above a 10 out of 10 show. I love that show. It is a very influential romance. It is not dated in the slightest, even 10 years later.
I've been thinking about Toradora recently. Yeah. So
same thing with Miss Kobayashi. It is a great show. Kaguya-sama, great show. Kaguya-sama, though, might be a show that's above a 10 out of 10. If you're trying to force me to rate things that way. Kaguya-sama, I could believe it.
Yeah, I could see it too.
Because, and maybe that's part of the thing, is the show has to be influential to be greater than a 10 out of 10. It has to be something that other shows should take notice of this show's existence. Miss Kobayashi is a great show, but I don't know that it's a show that's this sets a new standard for anime.
For action show, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very good action show, I would agree. But Kaguya-sama, that's a great show. Bofuri, very good show. Nichijou, very influential, very good show. But it's yeah, there's a lot of shows we watched that we've put at 10. And I think every single one of them has earned it. Yeah. I think rating a show higher than 10 out of 10, though, would require some time for, to put distance between us watching the show. I will give it this, though. There are a lot of my 10 out of 10 shows, and this is the case for a lot of shows, I would never recommend to anyone. You do not need to rewatch a show if you personally watch a show and you're like, this is only average, you never need to rewatch that show. I don't know that means that 8 out of 10 is the limit for a rewatch on a show. Definitely 10 out of 10s are shows that people will rewatch. There's some 10 out of 10s on here that I don't know that I would rewatch them. Bofuri is a good show. I don't know that I need to rewatch it. And I have rewatched, Nichijou. I don't know if I'm going to rewatch it again, but it was a show I have rewatched.
Yeah, I've thought about rewatching Nichijou.
Yeah.
Toradora
I've rewatched.
A lot of the animes that we have watched, I would rewatch.
Yeah.
But this one is one that I would rewatch above most of them.
Yeah, this is definitely a show. This and Eminence and Shadows are shows that I'm going to go back to and rewatch at a later point. Because I've rewatched Tonikawa multiple times. Because that's my I'm sick, I need to watch an anime, I'll watch this.
Yeah, I'd watch.
These are shows I definitely will put on that list of I'm sick, I need to rewatch something.
Yeah, and it deserves to be rewatched. I would rewatch this anime over and over again.
Yeah, this show I feel is a crime that it has not. That no one has seemingly recommended this show.
Yeah, that's what you're telling me, and that's disappointing to me. That breaks my heart.
I could absolutely be wrong, and people have seen and have recommended this show.
And you just haven't
and
noticed
I just haven't noticed it. But I don't know that it has.
Like, I have a bunch of clips, but they're mainly from Crunchyroll.
Yeah, but I've not seen, like, for example, I pre-looked up what scene I'm going to use for the intro. Found nothing. Because, again, guys, if you're not aware, because we're now a whole anime ahead, we have not even released the last episode of Eminence in Shadow, let alone the first episode of the show. So I've not even made the intro yet.
Yeah.
I pre-looked up what song I'd put in it. No English covers of the opening. No English covers of the outro. Nothing. So that's why I'm saying, like, this show feels like it has to be underlooked. Because the fact that there isn't a Lee and Lee cover of one or both of these songs is an actual crime. Like,
I agree.
It's insane to me that this show is not seemingly that well rated.
And I don't,
or at least that well known.
And I don't understand why.
Yeah.
Like, it is so good.
Yeah.
I even like the art style. It's nice and simple and cute.
Yeah.
And the blushing, I love the blushing most of all. Like, it's so precious to see the characters blush. Like, that's what I like the most. And that's what caught my eye with this show, is the blushing. Yep. That's what really got me.
Yep.
So they do blushing excellent. Like, probably better than most other shows that I've seen blushing in. Like, it's so iconic, her blushing, that I have it as one of my monitor backgrounds. Her blushing. It is that adorable.
Yeah.
It is so sugar sweet and wholesome, and I can't praise it more. Even though I'm praising it more. It's full of praise. There's nothing else to be said. It is a perfect show to me.
Yeah. It is an excellent show. I want to be clear that, because again, the company who made this is not Perot. It is like Studio Signpost, I believe, who is a Perot subsidiary, who, as far as I can tell, mostly does Perot's like background work. They do work for shows that Perot has done. Perot is huge. But I don't know that I would say there's a single show Perot has done that made me compare them to Ghibli. Like, Perot... Like,
yeah, I got Ghibli feeling from the show. Yeah. That's why I like the art style.
Because
to me, Ghibli should be this, what it looks like right now.
So let me pull up the Perot anime list again, because we did talk about this earlier.
Like, this anime deserves, like, several Academy Awards.
Yeah, and they don't really do Academy Awards for anime that often. But yeah, like, if we look up...
Like, if I could invite the cast to star in some of our episodes, I fucking would.
Yeah. So, like, yeah, here we go.
Reach out to us, guys. We'll do some Pokemon cards or something.
But yeah, like... one of those shows. Yeah, they have, like, again, they have plenty of popular shows. Let me be clear on this. They have plenty of good shows. Plenty of well-known shows. They have Urusei Yatsura. They have, hold on. Let me scroll down a little bit. They're ones I have to recognize.
I think I recognize, like, a couple.
Yeah, because I went over some of these. They have Yu Yu Hakusho.
That one.
Yeah.
That one I know.
They have, looks like they've done some work with Clamp. I'm trying to do only the ones I know because they have so much. They did Ghost Stories, the original Ghost Stories. They did Tokyo Mew Mew.
Heard of it?
Yeah. They did Naruto. Like, I want to be clear when I say, I am not criticizing Perot. I'm not saying Perot is not an excellent anime studio. They make a lot of good shows, and they are definitely better, as far as I can tell from the shows that I recognize. They seem to be better than, like, probably one of their closest, their closest comparable shows of, like, Aniplex. But I would never, ever compare Aniplex to Ghibli. Ever. Because that's not the kind of studio they are. They do mass-marketed big shonen shows. They do stuff like that. And that's...
Yeah, they do Shonen Jump.
Yes. And again, they're not all Shonen Jump, but that's the kind of shows that they're making. They make shows that are big releases, like Tokyo Ghoul, Twin Star Exorcist.
I heard of a couple of them.
Obviously Boruto, Black Clover.
That one I know.
And it's like, yeah. They're apparently going to have some kind of magical girl show that hasn't been released yet.
Oh, cool.
So.
I'll have to check that out.
But yeah. All that to say, I do not want to make it sound like I'm criticizing Perot. They are a perfectly good studio. They do a lot of good work. But in order to be compared to Ghibli, you have to make era-defining anime. Anime that is so good that people look at you and say, this is made by some of the best animators of all time. That there are great people working here that are irreplaceable in the anime industry. There are only a handful of companies that I would ever put in the same breath as Ghibli. One of those made both Miss Kobayashi and Nichijou and Haruhi Suzumiya. So, again, I want to be clear. It is not lightly that I compare Studio Signpost to Ghibli. That I compare Studio Signpost to Kyoto Animations. Some of the greatest studios in all of anime. That make not just good shows, but some of the most famous anime of all time, and some of the best animated works of all time, period. This show feels like it was made by one of those studios.
It makes that
list. It feels like it was made by Kyoto Animation.
And I agree.
It was made by Ghibli. So I want to be clear.
I don't
Studio Signpost. Make more shows like this.
Give us a season 2!
You don't have to make a season 2. You can. And if it's anywhere near this good, I'll watch the hell out of it.
We will watch it immediately!
But I want to be clear. If your future is making more stuff like Naruto and making more just serialized shonen shows, get the fuck out of Perot's shadow and become one of the best studios of all time. You are that good.
You deserve it.
You deserve it.
You did it.
I
don't think we can praise that even better.
This show cannot be further praised. This show should be that well known. It should be watched by every single anime fan, period. Go watch the show.
Full agreement!
So, all of that to say, that is going to be it for this episode and this anime. We will come back next time to a show that is going to have big shoes to fill. Because we are watching what I am describing as one of the greatest anime ever made. So the next show had better not disappoint us.
Told you I could choose some good anime.
Until then, we will see you all on the next Saturday Sunday Hit Anime.
Goodbye.